Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. Coronation Street SPOILERS. A shock new romance, an explosive scam, and a very awkward money blunder. Everything you need to know about this week's drama on the cobbles. Coronation Street fans are set to enjoy another week of action-packed drama, with lies, schemes, and money plots galore. Serial killer Stephen Reed's lies begin to close in on him as he finds himself homeless, setting the stage for his attempt to flee the cobbles in the coming weeks. Elsewhere, Ronnie Bailey's plot to cash in on a new housing development backfires, while Tyrone begins to question the intentions of his mother Cassie. Angelique breaks the news that she won't be renewing the Nipper-Snapper contract, but Stephen tells Carla, Saran and Michael would consider buying the company outright. Tim warns Sarah that Stephen is a liar who claimed he was coercively controlled by Gabrielle, but then tried to pass her off as a business consultant for the factory. Audrey shows Gail a statement from an equity release company. Discovering that Gail and Audrey knew about Gabrielle's treatment of Stephen, she decides to give the woman a call. Audrey shows the equity release letter to Sarah and wonders if it's got anything to do with the visit she had from an estate agent which Stephen organized. Will the truth come out? In the factory, Sarah overhears Stephen on the phone talking to Jenny about the Rovers deal. Wrongly assuming he's talking to Angelique about the Nipper-Snapper deal, she follows him. Sarah finds him at the hotel and threatens to call the police, believing he is about to pull a fast one on the deal. When Carla meets up with Lou, she is shocked to hear about Rufus dabbling with LSD. When she describes his symptoms, it resonates with Carla. She tells Roy her symptoms were identical, and she suspects someone might have drugged her with LSD. Not convinced and believing she is suffering from paranoia again, Roy tells Peter about his concerns. How will Peter react? Later this week, Jenny returns to the Rovers with Stephen in tow and tells Daisy that she signed on the dotted line and no longer owns the Rovers. Stephen finds Jenny in the Rovers' back room and, telling her it's time she started to put herself first, takes her in his arms and kisses her passionately. Jenny takes Stephen by the hand and leads him upstairs, but will she regret it? It appears not, as in later episodes, a loved-up Jenny suggests they book a holiday and offers to pay. Tim spots them and warns Jenny that Stephen's not to be trusted. As he reveals Elaine's selling her flat and wants him out, Stephen's furious and moans to Jenny about being made homeless. Will she fall victim to his charms? Paul calls at Shelley's flat and moans to her about the stairlift and the wheelchair and Billy's constant interference, but she insists he should be grateful for Billy's support. Paul returns home and suggests to Billy they go out for the day and enjoy themselves whilst they still can. Billy and Paul spend the afternoon at the lake. When Paul suggests they go skinny dipping, Billy finds it hard to refuse. Paul believes it's time they book their wedding and suggests to Billy they have their wedding at the bistro. Later, Paul and Bernie call at Shelley's flat to find her surrounded by boxes and parcels, each of them containing a laptop. Shelley confesses that she's been buying laptops on her old company credit card and selling them on in order to pay for her carers. Later, Paul presents Summer with one of Shelley's stolen laptops for her birthday and makes out it was going cheap. But will this backfire? An excited Ed tells Ronnie about a plot of land for sale with planning permission for 6 houses and reckons they could make a killing. Ronnie reluctantly agrees to look at the details, knowing full well that he's already spent the money. In a bid to buy himself some time, Ronnie suggests to Ed they get a surveyor to take a look at the land before they make any rash decisions. In the cafe, Debbie assures Ronnie that he only needs to stall Ed for a few more days. When Ed reveals that he's hired his own surveyor to speed things up and reckons they should phone the estate agents and put an offer in on the land, Ronnie masks his panic. Ed's disappointed to find out from the estate agent that there's been a lot of interest in the plot of land and they're taking sealed bids. Will Ronnie's plan be a success? Debbie alerts Ronnie to the fact that Newton and Ridley shares have nosedived and he'd better hope Waterfords make an offer soon. Thrown into panic, Ronnie tells Ed that he's having second thoughts about the new project and thinks they should pull out. Ronnie then hears Ed Henry telling the Rovers staff that his dad intends to sell the brewery, but he's doing everything he can to stop it. He catches him outside and urges him to accept Waterford's offer. Henry points out that he never mentioned Waterfords and demands to know where Ronnie got his information. How will Ronnie talk his way out of this one? When Ed reveals he's put in a bid for the plot of land, Ronnie's forced to explain there's no money because he blew it all on Newton and Ridley shares, which are now worthless. How will Ed react? When Ryan receives a message from Guy reminding him about the video, Ryan assures him that it's work in progress. Viewers have seen him turn to a photo-sharing site while struggling with a steroid addiction, and his unpredictable behavior has begun to concern his loved ones. Later, Daisy calls round with a ring light for him. He posts a message for his Ovid's followers promising them a personalized video very soon. How far will Ryan go? Unaware she hasn't kicked her drug addiction, Tyrone finds Cassie in the Rovers' 3 sheets to wind following a game of gin rummy. Dragging her home, Tyrone hands Cassie a pint of water and tells her he's proud of how well she's doing with her recovery, but she mustn't blow it. Later, Tyrone hands Cassie £20 and asks her to buy something for tea, and she assures him she won't blow the money on booze. Heading to the dentist, Tyrone persuades Evelyn to look after the girls, but when he returns there's still no sign of Cassie. Evelyn warns him to expect the worst. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.